microphones without touching it or without anything. So
Okay.
welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're very pleased to have Lyle back. Lyle Sheffler, program of classical guitar music that's going to please you quite a lot. So we're about ready to start. I want to make sure we don't get there prematurely, so anybody who's tuning in at 7:30 doesn't miss a note or two. So,
7.
7, exactly, 7. Thank you. So we'll let Lyle, we'll cut him loose and let him go here in just a second, okay? Thanks for being here.
Yes, well, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Lyle Sheffler, and this is my second time performing at Bird Beckett. I love playing here. It's a really cool space, and I can't wait for the day that we can actually have a live audience. But until then, this'll do. So the first piece I'd like to play is a Renaissance piece, but I know that Bird Beckett is primarily a jazz venue. They do some classical stuff. And the reason why I like this particular Renaissance piece is I think of it as sort of the first example of a funk bass line, which you'll hear towards the end. This is a wonderful Renaissance piece by the Spanish composer Alonso Madura called Fantasia Number 10. And yes, so I think it's a piece that's way ahead of its time, very jazzy of sorts for something written about 500 years ago. Okay, enjoy. Thank you very much. Eric, you're a jazz expert. What did you think? Pretty jazzy, right?
I would say that was so lovely and jazzy.
Very jazzy for 16th century Spain. So the next piece, though, is from much more modern Spain, and it does sound more Spanish. This is a piece by Manuel de Falla called The Miller's Dance, and this was originally written for full orchestra to accompany ballet dancers. It's from a ballet, The Three-Cornered Hat. But who needs all those pesky instruments when you have 6 strings and a fingerboard? This is The Miller's Dance by Manuel de Falla. Thank you very much. So the next piece I'd like to play is it's a big piece in our repertoire. If Astorius is our Freebird, which I played not yesterday, 4 months ago, at the last concert here. If Astorius by Isaac Albéniz is Freebird, this piece is Stairway to Heaven. It is a piece in 3 movements called The Cathedral by Agustin Barrios, a Paraguayan composer. And it's a piece of program music, which means it tells a definitive story. The second movement, especially the last 2 movements, the second movement, the composer is in the Montevideo Cathedral, and he hears the organist playing Bach. So this second movement is his 20th century take on a Bach chorale. The third movement is the composer Barrios leaves the tranquility of the cathedral and is overcome by the hustle and bustle of the modern city that lies just outside the cathedral doors. But if you listen closely, you can still hear the church bells in the background amongst all the crazy arpeggios. And the first movement was written 19 years after the other 2 as a nostalgic prelude, Preludio Saudade, after the passing of his wife, the composer's wife. So this is The Cathedral by Agustin Barrios. Thank you very much.
We're going to give you an announcement, Mike,
Oh, okay.
so that people can hear you a little better. Sounding great to me, but of course I'm not hearing exactly what they're hearing.
Right, okay.
So we're going to put this up here, and I think you'll probably need to pull it off the stand when you want to use it. It slides in pretty easily that way.
Okay.
I have to plug it in, so it might make a little pop here, and there it is. And I'll go check the levels. So,
Okay.
so try just speaking into that mic from your position.
Can people hear me okay?
Not yet. Keep going.
How about now?
Probably pretty decent.
Okay, I'll keep going.
Okay, try that.
Okay, so it's really wonderful to be back here. There's lots of great things to look at, which is nice because I'm not looking at music. I have these pieces memorized. And there's all sorts of things, even just right next to me. There's the Psychedelic Explorer's Guide. There's Psychedelic Mushrooms of the World. All above the complete National Geographic's Guide to North American Birds. And the Bird Watcher's Handbook. It's everything you could want. This is a wonderful store. I love, because the thing is, I usually look at my left hand, and this is in my field of vision, and it's great stuff. I should come back here when I'm not giving a performance just to check out these books. Anyway, the next piece I'd like to do is something that you haven't really heard much before. This is a piece that is based on Chinese paintings by an Austrian composer, Dietmar Ungerank. Now, I met him back in 2009 at the Polish Guitar Academy. And it's a good thing I met him, and we went over the piece. And it's a good thing we did, because I probably wouldn't have been able to figure out all the weird things you have to do in it. And also, there's a very strange tuning. 3 of the strings on the guitar are tuned to totally different notes. It's tuned in whole steps, pentatonic scale. Now this is called the 5 shangs, these notes, and it could be for music, it could be nature, it's the 5 shangs. And anyway, this piece, it starts with an intonation movement, and then followed by a movement called Long Outstretched Pier and Its Shadows, then Wind on the Hill, and then after Wind on the Hill comes Waiting for Guests, and then Land Circus. This piece is called Intonation and 4 Sound Images of Paintings by Shubao Su, an artist from Wuhan, China. Now, unfortunately, Wuhan has been in the news this year, but there is some beauty that comes out of that city, such as these paintings that have inspired this wonderful piece. So this is Intonation and 4 Sound Images by Dietmar Ungerank. Now, originally I was going to take a break after this, but I don't think I need one. Unless the viewing audience wants, then I'll keep. Eric's telling me to keep going. Okay, there won't be any intermission. If you want, I can chat a little after in case you got to use the bathroom or anything like that. Besides, I am going to have to take some time and retune it. Okay, intonation and 4 sound images. Isn't that an interesting piece? You don't often hear that in guitar recitals. Probably because it is difficult to tune the guitar that way, and then the strings always tend to slip. That's why, in the normal circumstance, I put that at the end of the first half so I have the intermission to retune. But we're just going right through it. There is seriously every type of book you could imagine. And this is just right here. Something called Lettuce Wars. Then another thing called Flutes of Fire, which gives me a chuckle because I worked with a flute player for a while. Flutes of Fire. only I read things other than music. No. Just give me 1 second because this would have been my an intermission. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Playing guitar is thirsty work. How are we doing with this sound, Eric?
I think it's coming across very well.
Very good. Have people commented?
They're quite pleased.
Oh, good. Well, if the public's pleased, then I'm pleased. I really do like playing here. If you couldn't tell, it's a wonderful, wonderful place. And Eric does a fantastic job. He works his tail off. He had 2 other concerts this weekend, right? And I think it's a labor of love, so that's good. So the next piece I'd like to do is by Isaac Albanese, called Cordoba. This might not be as famous as another piece of his Historias, but I really do like this one. Cordoba was written about the city in Spain, the Muslim capital, with all that beautiful mosque in Cordoba. And I think it sort of conjures up images of that. In fact, there's all these books about Spain right there. I'm sorry, I get distracted.
You're not the first.
Oh, no, there's just so much. Wow. So anyway, this is Cordoba by Isaac Albanese. Thank you very much. Okay, I'd now like to play the newest piece in my repertoire. This I learned last month for another concert I did through Old First Concerts. This is a piece by Leo Brouwer, a Cuban composer, and this is his Berceau on an Afro-Cuban theme. So you can think of this as an Afro-Cuban lullaby. Thank you very much. So, I guess the last two pieces on the program, even though since you've been such a great audience, I might just have to do an encore. But the two pieces that are mentioned in the program are much more classical and Baroque in nature. So there's really nothing all that jazzy about it. Still wonderful pieces. This piece is a doozy. This is a work by George Frederick Handel for harpsichord. It's a Passacaglia. Passacaglia is a piece with a repeating bass line. And so you're going to hear all sorts of craziness, but the bass is going to pretty much stay the same throughout. This was originally written for the harpsichord from Suite Number 7, and it was the Scottish guitarist David Russell that transcribed it from the harpsichord to the guitar. And I like to think of it, he sort of gave the piece an upgrade. But don't tell that to any harpsichordists out there, though we do have a very funny saying what a harpsichord sounds like. Can I say it?
I think it's okay.
All right, I'm sorry if you... Well, then I also have to clean it up. Harpsichord sort of sounds like two skeletons doing the nasty on a tin roof, if you ask me. And just in time for Halloween. So with that, here's a wonderful piece of Baroque music. The Handel Passacaglia. What? It's true, as a classical guitarist, who would have thought? Please don't tell your harpsichord friends about that, though. That was just went around music, the San Francisco Conservatory. That's where I heard that one. Thank you very much. It's been a real pleasure playing for you this evening. We've come to the end of the program, but if you cheer loud enough from your homes, maybe I'll be able to hear you. Yeah.
Listen to them.
Yeah.
Going wild.
And thank you again, Eric. It's always a lot of fun playing here. Really, I do enjoy it.
It's a marvelous thing. We're so grateful.
And
Would you play one more for us?
would be a pleasure.
Would you?
In fact, I might even do, well, there's the final one on the program and then the encore. Let's do it. So, Eric had told me that there was this gentleman that was extra excited about this final composer, which I think is very, very cool, because usually people get excited about the Spanish stuff and whatever, but this individual was very excited that I was playing a work by Fernando Sor. He was Spanish, but it sounds more classical, his music. So if this gentleman is listening, this one is for you. This is a piece called The Grand Solo, and it's a wonderful piece. Some people think that it was originally written as a guitar concerto and that they lost the orchestral part. I don't think so, but guitarists can dream, I guess. Somebody did do an orchestral backing of it. This Russian composer named Nikita Koshkin did. Between you and me, I don't think it's very good, but I prefer it as a solo. Hence, this is called the Grand Solo. It's not called the Grand Concerto. So anyway, this is the Grand Solo by Fernando Sor, and I want to thank you all so much. It's always lots of fun. And I hope to be able to see you one day here when there's an audience. There was a very nice lady here who was looking at books that so desperately wanted to stay, and we had to kick her out. Not allowed in, but hopefully that won't last too much longer. So this is the Grand Solo by Fernando Sor. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh, so it doesn't cut off my head. Well, since you were such a wonderful audience, I guess I could play one more. Oh,
That's so wonderful.
thank you all so much, and thank you to Eric. If you haven't donated, Eric has been posting links. You can either pay Bird and Beckett through Venmo or PayPal, or I think that's it.
Or they can come down here and bring me a check.
Yes, and tell them Lyle sent you. And they're very Bird and Beckett's very good. We get we get a stipend, and the more you donate, it's possible the more the stipend can be. So, if you like what you heard, donate. If you didn't like what you heard, still donate so I could eat. And I know well, anyway. Well, thank you all so much. I feel like I should end with something Spanish. And a composer I haven't played this concert, and I don't think I played him at the last concert I did here. I think my concert here was in June. Yeah, I think it was in June. And I didn't do anything by this composer, and he's really great. This is, I'm talking about Enrique Granados. And this is his Spanish dance, number 5, Andalusia. And there's a book on Andalusia right there. Destiny. So this is Spanish Dance 5 by Enrique Granados. Thank you all so much. If you like what you heard, seriously, I so appreciate hearing from people. You can check out my website, www.lylesheffler.com. There you can find videos of my playing, and you can even hire me to give performances and things like that. We can do one of these in your very own home. I'll wear a mask and all that. And I also teach lessons. So if you're just dying to play the grand solo, let me teach you. But hopefully you have some guitar experience, because the grand solo is a hard piece. So this is Spanish Dance number 5. Thank you all so very much. It's been a real pleasure, and have a good evening. And stay safe out there. I hope you all had fun, at least as much fun as I had playing, because I had I don't know what, something about Eric or something about this place. I really do enjoy playing here. It's fun, like we hang out. It must be that jazzy atmosphere. I feel really at ease. So Spanish, thank you so much. Spanish Dance 5. Thank you very much. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you very much, Lyle. Hold on, let's do this.
Yeah.
Okay,
There we go.
that's perfect. Yeah, thank you all so much for coming out for this concert. We're so pleased. to be
It's
able to
great.
do this.
Yeah.
And we do rely on the community. Your donations during these shows, and many of you donate, and it works out pretty well. Once in a while, it's a little scary, but generally it's great. But you know, if you're a real patron of the arts and able to do that, if you happen to be riding very high, and we're pleased for you in that. We could change out the lights so that they don't buzz. There are things
And
we
I
could do.
personally have no problem being a charity case.
There you go. You see. So yeah, we have to thank all the people that have given us a lot of substantial support. That's allowed us to put in a good mixing board, and we have good microphones, and all that stuff has taken quite an investment. We're kind of going out on a limb with that, but it works out beautifully, and it's well worth it. And we're keeping our balance. We're not sliding into insolvency. Is that the word?
Mm.
And people are buying a lot of books, and that's very great. But there's more we could do. We really could work on the lights. We could do some things. So if you think, oh, well, you know, $5,000 towards the music program at Bird Beckett might be able to take it up.
Holy
another notch or
moly,
two,
wouldn't
right?
that be great?
We could maybe, you know, we might share that with some of the, what do they call it, the talent. The
Yeah.
talent. So anyway, but we very much thank you.
I would give you
for
another
everything you've done.
encore.
Oh, yeah, well.
For
yeah.
$5,000.
So do keep in mind it's a nonprofit, and your donations cover a lot in addition to just letting us do the basics. And we're so pleased. This is marvelous. Lyle,
Well,
thank you so very
My
much.
pleasure, Eric. It's always great to work with you, and thank you all. And Eric, thanks for being so cool and having such a cool place.
Hey, thanks for loving the books.
Yeah. All right. Good night, everybody. It's been a real pleasure. And I guess Eric will give me the high sign when we're off, so I can